The following is a Thorf TV production brought to you in cooperation with Jack Thorfinson. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for that politically incorrect YouTube personality and his sack show, coming you direct from his ranch way up north near the Canadian border. Here he is. Let's have a big rousing round of applause for that unique YouTube rounder, Mr. Holster! Well, you got that one right today, Jack, but you didn't say direct from the bar. Because that's where he probably is, at some bar getting drunk. That guy's such a bum. Mr. Holster, hey, that's me. Jeez, Jack, that wasn't very nice. You know, quite frankly, Jack, I think you're going to have to move. Why don't you sit in your chair over here, Jack? There you go, buddy. Howdy, Parge. Yeah, it's me, Mr. Holster. Let's see what Jack got out tonight. Templeton Rye, the good stuff. Ooh. 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. They have a spiel on here. They make it in Iowa, and they made it for Al Capone, I think the spiel is. Actually, this comes from Indiana. It's made at the same distillery as Bullet Rye. Very good rye. Thank you, Jack. A fresh bottle. I can't even remember the last time we got a bottle that was fresh that you didn't refill at the bar. Ooh, look at that, Jack. You actually got one that's filled to the top. What, they change their policies? I thought they're all half filled. All the ones you always bring in are half full. Wow. Well, this is a special occasion, Jack. We'll have to pop the top on this one, as Machine Gun Kelly would say, and give it a whirl. I know what it's like. This is good stuff. I like this stuff. Let's get down the old Louisville Slugger. Wow. Reminds me of a girl I dated in high school. That was easy. Let's get this top off. We'll pop the top on this one, as Machine Gun Kelly would say. Oh. Well, it's a synthetic cork there, Jack, but oh my gosh. It's been a tough few months, Jack. I'll let you smell the cork. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. All things in moderation. Well, wasn't too moderate about how Mr. Holster pulled that. I poured that one a little. Well, that's all right. Can't put it back in once it's out of the bottle, can we, Jack? We'll put this right up next to all your dead whiskey bottles you got up here, Jack. Your Jack Daniels looks empty there, Jack. You better get yourself a new bottle before the poker game tomorrow night. It's tomorrow night? Yeah, Saturday night. Jack's having a poker game in here. We're at the Dry Bean, by the way. In case you're new to the channel, we're in the Dry Bean, and Jack's having a poker game here tomorrow night. He's all excited about it. He thinks he's going to get himself a Krebs Custom, because they're still available on their website, and he thinks he's going to parlay. Yeah, that's what I say too. He's going to parlay the money he got. Well, this is a long, involved story. Jack got back his tax return, and he had nearly $20,000. It's actually sad. Well, wait. Well, we're going to save that story. We're not going to tell it to you all right now. Because I haven't even done my monologue or had my shot of whiskey, Jack. You're right. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me get my chaser. My sister bootlegged in some Vernors. So we're drinking Vernors today. I got a little chaser of Michigan Vernors ginger ale here. You're right. We're going to slow the program down a little, Jack, and take our time, relax. Don't get upset when I start talking about what happened to your tax return. Refund. To the sunny slopes of long ago. Oh, Jack. It's been a long time. That doesn't heat you up and cool you down all at the same time. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. My wife was a little upset at me last night. Jack and I went out to the VFW. They were having an all-you-can-eat cheeseburger, double cheeseburger, all-you-can-eat double cheeseburger night. And Jack and I went down there, and my wife was a little upset with me. This morning, she didn't get enough sleep, she said last night, because around 3 in the morning, there was somebody pounding at the door. Apparently, the gentleman was lost, and he was looking for his way home. And he stopped to ask for directions. That's right, it was me. My wife has lost her voice. She has laryngitis. So I'm offering a reward to whoever finds it if they keep it. And this all leads to the immortal question, should a man buy a yacht for his girlfriend if she laughs at his dinghy? Well, there we go. We got that out of the way. You know, Jack, you really need to write the cue cards on a little bit, something better than a cocktail napkin, something a little bigger. I know Mr. Holster's vision is 20 proof, but still I'm having trouble seeing those. Most of them had rings on them, by the way. Enjoying a nice cigar on a 90-degree plus day in the dry bean, and the air is, even though you got all these 2-inch cracks in the floor, Jack, the air in here is still hot in here. It's really hot. Been a tough day. We were haying, and we got it all done. All the bales are down there. We did bring up 16,000 pounds, and then I said, "That's it. I can't take it. My knees giving out, Jack. We got to quit." And so Jack said, "Fine, just walk over there, and I'll take that last bale off your back." It's only funny to me. It's an inside joke with Jack and me. Anyways, yeah, Jack got that refund. If you remember the refund, and unfortunately, I thought Jack just had a line of dates or a bunch of dates lined up here over the weekend, the 4th of July, but without me knowing, he took his Mustang down to the cities, got on a plane, and went to Vegas. Yeah. He came back, though. He said he lost everything but a penny, and he won $250 on a slot machine. So he's going to parlay that $250 on the back into some money to go buy the Krebs Custom. I said, Jack, you had the money to buy the Krebs Custom. Why, Jack? Why? Why did you do that? I don't want to hear about the showgirls again. Don't tell me about the showgirls. He insists he lost more money on the showgirls than he did gambling. I don't personally believe him because I've seen him. For years I've gone into bars with him, and the girls just flock around him. Honestly, yeah, I'm just happy with the fallout. Tonight, what we're going to talk about is my new. Well, it's new to me. I haven't shot it yet because I haven't shot anything I've bought since I started that shooting range. Which at the end, I'm gonna close this program a little shot of the shooting range so you can see where I'm at. And I'm going to talk about that today, where I'm at too. Now that we're into this for 9 minutes, your life will never get back again. I'm going to talk briefly about my Kel Tec Sub 2000, hence the title of this. And if you're new to my channel, yeah, it's always disappointing. Don't not sub me because you're disappointed, because every time you tune in, you're going to be disappointed if you're going to go off the title. Because, yeah, YouTube tells me I shouldn't do it this way, but, yeah. At any rate, it's kind of like my boss used to say, you can't do it that way, you got to do it by the book, and Mr. Holster says, what book? And actually, Jack's the one that says that. I'm going to talk about my Kel Tec Sub 2000 tonight. Let me just grab it over here. I had to leave room for Jackie. If he can't do his little spiel on top of the bar, he gets quite upset. Here it is. And by the way, Jack, when you have that, I'd hate to break the news to you, Jack. Did I wake you up? I hate to break the news to you, Jack, but when you have your poker game tomorrow night, you know the cow that's always smoking my cigars? Well, she's going to be in the freezer in a few days. So you might think about that. You lost that one. You might want to invite another cow. Well, you know, she smoked one too many cigars, Jack. I hate to do it, but she's hamburger now. This is what we got. The Kel Tec Sub 2000. And if you follow my channel, you know I had one in 40 Smith & Wesson. And I traded it on something else and then picked up this one in 9mm. And the 40 Smith & Wesson version was a great gun. Shot absolutely fantastic. But it was chewing itself up. You leaving, Jack? Oh, you got a date. Well, go ahead. That's all right. Everything's fine. I wish I could leave. You know, I have to be here. You don't. But it chewed itself up right here. Every time the round would eject, it would hit right here. And it was just chewing itself to pieces right there. Absolutely. To the point where I bought a whole nother, this side of the frame to replace it down the road. Which I didn't. I still have. And some other extra parts. That was back before the scare that maybe the Wicked Witch of the West would be in charge of the world. But still, I'm anxious to see if in 9mm it does that right there. Or this one. You see, I can't say that all 40s do that, but I will say that after that started doing that, I kept going to the gun shop because they have a problem getting 9mm, but they have no problem getting 40s, and they were getting 40s in left and right, and everyone that came in right out of the box had at least 3 markings like that. You see what I'm saying? And I'm anxious to see if this one does it in 9. We'll see. I don't know if it will or not. That was the only thing I didn't like about that gun. This one, however, I like it better because to me it's just a fun gun, and 9mm is so much cheaper. Of course, it takes Glock magazines, a Glock 17, which is what this is. But you know what I like? I like the P-Mags, because the P-Mags are, you can pick them up for 12 bucks a piece, and they allow you to not only put the number of the mag on there, on the bottom of that little dot matrix thing, whatever they call it. But, look at that. You can actually take the floor plate off without prying it apart with the pliers. Yeah. Well, actually, it's not really prying apart. You got to squeeze the sides with the pliers and pull the bottom off. But at any rate, yeah, they take apart really easy to clean. I have had 0 problems with these, by the way, in the 19 and the 17. We'll see if it, I'm sure there'll be 0 problems here, but we'll see. But I really like these. I've had 0 issues with them, and they're so much cheaper. So, the other thing I have is and I think this is a 21 round if my memory is correct. Yeah, 21 round version of the P-Mag, which is nice. Instead of the fun stick, it's a little shorter. And frankly, when Mr. Holster gets above 20, he has a hard time counting. Yeah. Of course, if I have my shoes on, I can't get to 20. But I can handle 21 because I use my nose at the end. And they fit. A little shorter. Not quite so bad. This, of course, is the G17 frame. You get the G19. And I find it's just barely a 2-finger affair on the G17 on this Kel Tec Sub 2000. Didn't really care for that. Even though I got more 19s than I do 17s, and it'd probably be better for me, I just didn't like the grip. This I can get the entire grip, and that's one of my peeves. I wouldn't call it peeves. That's one of my little desires in life, that my firearms allow me to actually grab the entire grip with my hand and don't have it hanging over, because I'm not an extended magazine. Matter of fact, I hate extended magazines. if my hand is grabbing the magazine. I don't mind extended magazines if I got a full grip on the frame. But I don't like, it tends to interfere with the gun when you're grabbing the magazine, you see? And I don't want to depend on that because I want to be able to drop the mag and put another one in without changing my grip. So we'll see as soon as we get the new shooting range set up, which brings us to the next topic. And of course, this folds down. In order to do it, you just take the trigger guard over like that, fold it down like that, and you have this little latching device that hits the bottom of the bottom Picatinny rail on the fore end, and it locks in place. Which the Picatinny rail on the bottom is pretty much useless, because if you hang anything on there, you can't close it. So you pretty much want to put, well, on the bottom. Actually, it's the top. I only had one drink. Yeah, it's useless on the top. If you put an optic on there, you're not going to be able to close this. But the bottom, of course, you can hang a flashlight on, which is all I'd ever do, is put a flashlight on this thing. Because Mr. Holster doesn't like optics. No, I never use optics because I have no desire to shoot beyond anything I can run away from. So I don't need an optic. So there's the Kel Tec 2000, just a brief little, you'll see more of it on my Sunday at the range. Yeah, because that's one of the ones we'll be doing, I'm sure, in the first few weeks of Sunday at the range, is that Kel Tec along with the Glock 19 and 17, probably grouped together with it, to show you the interchangeability of those magazines. Before I leave you, I'm going to talk about one more thing, is the shooting range. Yeah. We're working on it hard. I worked on it today, this morning, before it got too hot, because I don't like working. Well, I had to use the Bobcat in the end of the haying operation, so I don't like pressuring my Bobcat when it's above 90. Although the cooling system works just fine, I want the Bobcat to last. I don't want to beat him up, because it's just an expensive item to have. But at any rate, what I got left to do on the range, a little update. We're coming fine on our height. The basic contour on the back's fine. It's ramped down. We've basically got, I haven't measured it, but I'm going to say 75 foot across berm, plus the little tail. And it goes back a good, and again, I haven't measured it. I'm going to say 30 feet. In the back side, it goes back 30 feet now. Because I have to, every layer I build it up, I got to ramp it. So you're going to end up with a berm that's, like this. Because I don't want erosion. Of course, on the front, I've got a plan for the erosion on the front, putting down a netting that my wife has gotten acquired. Going to put down a netting that the grass will grow through and keep it from eroding across the front when we get to that stage. And that brings us to what I really have left to do on the thing. I'm going to be able to finish off my lower area and the circle of fire. Yeah, I'm building a circle of fire. And it's going to be kind of a strange shooting range probably, because I'm just building what I need and what I want and not a normal range. It's what I want to build. And I figure at this stage of my life, I don't have to do it like everybody else. I have to do it like everybody else? No. And my safety part of it, I feel is going to be above and beyond. But the other part of it, I'm just going to do it the way I want. And I don't have a lot of desire to shoot beyond 50 feet. Because I don't. Of course, I'll be able to go back because it's on the big, long horse pasture. I'll be able to go back as far as I want to, so I can do that. But I'm working on my circle of fire, which I think will be really nice for moving around and doing what I want to do. And with that, the front side is the last thing I do, where I have to ramp it back down on the front side before we put that. Well, actually, the last thing we have to do is put that anti-erosion mat down and seed it and all the manure and all that nonsense. This has gotten a lot more involved than I thought it was going to be. It's like my wife said, yeah, well, I knew it was going to be like this, because you never start anything and do it. Yeah, you go. Yeah. She thinks I'm a little Little anal retentive, I think. But at any rate, I want to build something that is, by the time I get it done, it's done. My theory in life is you pay for it once and that's it. Or that saying, it's I can't think of the saying. It has something to do with cry once, something or other. And you know what? Right now, I'm going to tell you, if down in the comments section you can tell me what that saying actually is correctly, you can win a nice Voodoo tactical hat tonight. Yeah. I'll throw that in tonight to the first person that tells me what that saying really is, with the pay for it once or cry once, pay twice. Whatever that saying actually is, the person that gets it right down below the first one wins a Voodoo tactical hat. Because we're into this for 20 minutes and 57 seconds of your life you'll never ever get back again. Last thing though, before I get to that stage that I just talked about, I have to go in there with a rock picker and pick rocks. I've done a real good job on putting the dirt on and getting the rocks out of there, but I feel compelled that before I put that last layer on, I go through with a rock picker on the front and get anything I missed. Because it's safety first. So when you tune into Sunday at the range, I might do some shooting, but it's going to be pretty limited, and yeah, because the range is definitely not going to be done. It's not going to be. No. At any rate, and there's a lot of distractions around here. I still got to run this place, such as it is. This is low on the list of priorities, as I keep getting told by my wife. Thank God she's got laryngitis. At any rate, before I leave you tonight, now that I've sucked up 21 minutes and 54 seconds of your life you'll never get back again, I'm having a contest. It's called the American Gunfighter 5,000 Sub Giveaway, where I'm giving away a $350 gift certificate to Brownells. And all you got to do tonight to get in my contest is, number 1, be a subscriber, number 2, like this video, and number 3, in the comments section down below, just type in what you're thinking and tag it with, "Get the range done, bum." Yeah, maybe it'll get me moving. But you know what? It's over 90 degrees and the humidity's 90%, and you're way up north near the Kenny. Honest to God, I grew up down in Key West, and let me tell you, yeah, this is bad. This is, because there you can just go over to the seawall and dive in. Here, there's not much you can do but go in the stock tank. We do have a 500-gallon stock tank out there you could take a dive in, but well, I wouldn't dive, but you could. And there's the outdoor shower, which I used that last night. I'm going to use that in a few minutes when I get done here. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you like my video, please subscribe and play the game. Till next time, that's 23 I only had one shot. 23 minutes and 10 seconds of your life you'll never get back again.